Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Vinny.
And Trevor Milton of Nikola was finally sentenced. He got a measly 4 years, showing that if you lie, cheat, and steal, make billions of dollars, it may be worth it because this is crap. Two Super Guys Trade Stocks.
I cannot believe he got 4 years. Elizabeth Holmes got 10.
Yeah, like 10 and 3 months or something.
Yeah.
This makes no sense to me. I have excerpts from the trial where they compare this to Theranos, so I'm glad that you just said that. At one point, they were thinking 20, then prosecutors were pushing for 11, which seems what it should be. Because remember, this man cheated, stolen through his teeth, which we will show clips of. I'm also going to show you the biggest, funniest lies that he just completely gets caught red-handed on. And some of them are so arrogant, it hurts. But we're going to take a look at some of the things during the trial here. So basically, the prosecutors wanted essentially in line with Elizabeth Holmes' treatment, right, for Theranos. Okay, they said there has to be a message that whether you're an entrepreneur, startup founder, corporate executive, when you go out there and talk about a company, you have to be honest. Okay,
Yeah.
Milton's lawyers said he should only get probation, which
Yeah.
arguing that I get it is his lawyers, I guess, but
Absolutely.
any misstatements resulted from his deeply held optimism. I'm going to focus on this because this is not deeply held optimism. This is complete lies. And, Holmes is different because she put people at risk. He put people at risk too. Don't understand that. People lost their entire life savings. So don't get that one. So Milton tried to play, the good old rural boy in the courtroom, right? So he spoke at length, quoting Bible verses, talking about his family and rural upbringing, and that probation would help him take care of his wife as she recovers from an illness. He did not intend to harm anyone, and he did not commit the crimes. We have video evidence that he did, but okay. And that the judge agreed that Holmes' case was different as Milton's because Theranos was towards people's health. Whatever. Ramos did not accept Milton's explanation that he spoke with enthusiasm and did not intend to harm investors. That part's good. So the law does not grant a pass for good intentions. He has to pay $125 million and settle civil charges. He's got 4 years. I don't know how much of that he'll actually serve. And Vinny, he also has to.
So he's forfeiting his lovely Utah mansion here, this $32 million property. So I'm happy to hear that he has to forfeit this because this was blood money stolen from Nikola shareholders. Okay, the $125 million was paid by Nikola, the company itself, to settle their charges. He has to also pay $1 million fine, and he was sentenced to 4 years on each count to be served concurrently. And in reality, the minimum in the federal system, I want to say, is 70% of the time has to be served. That's like the absolute bare minimum. It's really kind of sad. A couple points I want to make. First of all, the sentencing guidelines had him doing I think 17 years at a minimum.
17 to 20 at one point.
Yeah. The prosecutor asked for 11. The judge gave him 4. And one thing that really was surprising to me is I watch a fair amount of court YouTube videos. He, in his pre-sentencing elocution, basically denied fault after being convicted of the charges. Most
Denied
judges,
everything.
if you do that, you're going to get the book thrown at you. All right.
Yeah.
You are guilty. He is a fraudster. You can openly say he's a fraudster at this point because he's been found guilty by the the U.S. justice system. All right.
And you're going to really like the slides because the slides are so condemning.
I love it.
It's
and
bad.
This is another point. They let him stay out on bail, on bond, while he's doing his appeal of his sentence.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's complete trash. It doesn't. This is not justice at all.
No.
This was funny. Milton attempted to distinguish himself from Holmes, arguing that Nikola is still a real business while Theranos is not. Give it another year. They'll be gone.
Yeah.
I don't.
Wait.
That's a stupid point. There's a shout out to another YouTuber who has all this information because all these are deleted from like the internet and from Twitter. So we're going to talk about them at the end. Big shout out. But these are just some of the things he said that he tweeted 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds in the Nikola hydrogen semi truck. Damn, that was fast. And then there's a video of him doing it. It's not 5 seconds at all. And also, you don't even know if he's going 60. It's just him with the cell phone being like, oh, we're at 60. That's it. That was evidence. It's dope. This was my favorite lie, okay? Because you could tell he has like a grandiose personality disorder or something, right? He had claimed during a press conference that Nikola battery, they're half the cost and weight of Tesla. And Nikola battery powered electric cars can travel 800 miles fully loaded on a single charge. Now, let's just separate the fact that they still don't make their own batteries. And none of that is accurate.
Yeah, I'm looking for my fairy dust.
If you're a shareholder, you'd be like, well, screw hydrogen. We have battery technology that's never been seen on this planet. Why don't we just roll with this? Like, why are we doing this? We're beating Tesla by like 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, only the company at the forefront of like EV cars as far as volume. Yeah, you're doing twice as good as they are.
And refuse to show anything. But he said this. It's like absolutely great. You guys know this. They rolled a truck down a hill and they're like, look at it in motion. And then I don't know if you know this, but he put his little brother in charge of hydrogen infrastructure. He was a carpenter in Utah. Given a portion of the performance-based stock options valued at over $60 million as incentive.
Wow. That's a cool brother. Yeah.
Great brother. This is probably my favorite lie. This whole thing is clearly not real. You can tell one of the highest paid people at Nikola was the concept art guy because he did a lot of this. So
he was the only one that actually produced anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to show you some footage. This is from Sam Alexander as well as that tweet. He has a video from 2020, and it's funny because it's aged very well.
I love it.
Pull some of these up.
We have the only off-grid headquarters that we know of, completely off of hydrogen, battery, and solar. We have 3.5 megawatts of solar up on the roof, producing about 18 megawatts of energy a day in our headquarters, and we're storing 10,000 kilograms of hydrogen and using fuel cells as energy backup and batteries as energy sources as well. Our company is truly one of the most.
So none of that happened. None of that was accurate. Also, this is where I get to the point of the grandiose part, because you could just do simple math. So the claim was he took the roof of Tesla. The whole property is like 10 acres. One, you need about 5 to 6 acres per megawatt. So already you need 18 acres of roof for that claim, right? And their roof, which then people took Google images on Reddit after the data that no solar panels. There's nothing there. It does not exist.
How in the hell is this guy only getting 4 years?
No, so this was before Nikola tanked. This is while it's still going up. I'm like, I wasn't aware of this. I would have shorted this shit at 80 so hard. I didn't know. I didn't look into it. I didn't think anyone could be. I thought Theranos was almost a one-time thing for how crappy it was. Because like Exxon, no, it wasn't Exxon. Who was it?
GM. It was one of the major auto manufacturers that had a partnership with them. I can't remember which one it was.
No. In 2008, the huge company that Enron. Sorry.
Enron, not Exxon.
Like they lied on accounting and stuff. These are claims that you can literally double check with Google Images, and it's like, okay, here's another one.
The hydrogen station right now globally. In America, we've already got the largest hydrogen station in the Western Hemisphere at our headquarters. Can produce over 1,000 kilograms a day on site. We're planning to expand that up to essentially 8 tons, which is about 8,000 kilograms a day.
Yeah, this is what's really awesome about Nikola is when people are like, oh, they're all vaporware. Listen, we have the largest hydrogen station in the Western world operational at our headquarters. So piss off anyone who thinks that our company's vaporware. No.
They don't have that.
Yeah.
It was concept art. Didn't exist in actual reality. It was in the Matrix. They didn't produce any at that point. I still don't think they produced any. I'd have to double check. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think as of the SEC settlement with Nikola Corporation, they admitted they hadn't produced a single pound of hydrogen at that
haven't
point in
done
time.
anything. So after that, in the first clip, he releases this thing, and it's of the United States, and it's blue dots, and those were all the hydrogen stations were, right? There's 700 of them, and I can't believe this was not caught earlier, but literally. That comes out later is well, those are going to be theoretical. That's where we're going to expand. So he just tried to have an excuse for everything. I was like, you scumbag.
Functioning truck right here that we're sitting in. So how long have you guys been working on this?
Years in secrecy. It's been very hard. Some of the people have found out about us over the last 4 or 5 months as we announced some of the lead up to this big event. But it took years and years to get here. This isn't just a pusher like a lot of vehicles that they unveil are just vehicles that don't actually function. There's a fully functioning vehicle, which is really incredible. You can go through, we can change out pretty much everything we want, all the temperatures. I mean, this is a fully functioning vehicle. It's not just a pusher. That's what they call in the automotive world, a vehicle that they just push and it doesn't move.
All right, so let's go.
So there's
yeah. So that was there's no engine. This is a complete lie. There's no gears. There's no motor. Turns out we learned 2 years later from this video that they produce very little of the truck. They just get third-party companies to do this. So my point is, you have this guy who lies through his teeth. He's clearly trying to make as much money as possible, then gets caught, and then, which people forgot about, he voted against stock offerings, which would cripple the company, but he wanted more money. No one talked about that. Let's just forget that part. This dude he is a sociopath. He is not right in the head. He has a grandiose personality disorder, and he's literally a sociopath.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I completely agree, and the message that's sent by only giving him 4 years is going to encourage more of this garbage behavior in the next bubble economic cycle. You're going to see more of this because 4 years. I mean, this guy at one point, what was his net worth? Billions.
3 billion. Yeah. $3 billion.
The math doesn't make sense there. That you had the potential for $3 billion on one side versus 4 years in prison. You need to have a punishment that actually fits the size of the crime, dissuades future generations from doing this stuff. I think it's pathetic that the judge only gave him 4 years, in my personal stupid guy opinion.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I also wish I knew how much money he still had, because if he still has a lot of money, this is a completely unrelated announcement, but two stupid guys are starting a hydrogen company, and it's going to be dope. We could all invest, and I'm down for 4 years for $1 billion. I'll take 4 years of my life out immediately.
Yeah, we already have a functioning vehicle.
Yes, it's about as functioning as Nikola. So, all right, guys, let us know what you think. It's crazy.